Hello everyone, and we are from Group 2.3. In this video, we will discuss about the data analysis group assignment. In this group assignment, we need to analyzing the data from scenario 2.1, which contain the survey responses from 300 economics students. Our data set includes survey responses from 300 economics students detailing age, sex, student type, travel mode, and course-related inquiries. And now, let's start with question number 1. Based on the data, we discovered that the average age is about 20.04 years. The median is 20, and the most common age or mode is 19, with a standard deviation of approximately 1.398. This close age range from 18 to 20 years suggests a homogeneous student body in their early 20s. Utilizing Excel, we applied functions such as average, median, mode, standard deviation population, mean, and max to efficiently calculate this statistic. From the data that we have, we observe a nearly balanced gender distribution with 152 females and 148 males. To visualize this, we enter the data into two columns, one for male and one for female, with their respective count in Excel. We then selected this data and insert a cluster bar chart from Insert tab. We customize our chart by adding descriptive title, setting appropriate axis labels, and choosing distinct color for the bars to enhance the readability.
I am using the Excel formula countif to analyze the data set that provides an overview of students based on their status as either local or international, as well as their primary mode of transportation. The data set reveals that local students form the majority, with 280 individuals making up 93.3% of the total population, while international students account for only 20, representing 6.67%. In terms of transportation preference, cars are the most popular mode used by 152 students, or 51% of the total. Motorcycles are the second most common choice preferred by 101 students, making up 34%. Public transport, specifically buses, is used by 35 students, accounting for 12% of the total. Walking and cycling are the least common choices, with only 6 students each, representing 2%. These data highlight that most students are local, with many opting for cars or motorcycles as their primary mode of transport rather than more eco-friendly options such as walking or cycling.
Now we are moving into question 2. This question asks about, in a group of 7, what is the probability that exactly 4 of the students will inquire about the quiz? First, we know that there are a total of 300 students in the Bachelor of Economics course. We use the COUNTIF formula in Excel to get the number of students who inquire about the quiz, which is 145. N is the number of independent trials, which is equal to 7. Binomial distribution is about success and failure, so the P is probability of success on each trial. To get this, we take 145 divided by 300 and we get 0.483. While Q is the complement of the event, so 1 minus 0.483 equals to 0.517. To calculate probability, we use the binom dot distribution. Number as trial, probability as cumulative function in Excel. For example, to find probability when x is equal to 0, which is p x equal to 0, we insert binom.list x and p false. X is the number of successes in trials, which is 0. N is equal to 7, p is equal to 0.483, and the false to get the probability mass function. After we insert those data, it becomes binom.list 0.483 false. As a result, we will get px equal to 0 is equal to 0.010. Then we repeat it until px equals 7. Thus, by using this function, we can know that the probability that exactly 4 of the students will inquire about the quiz is 0.263.
So now I will create a visualizations of probability distributions to illustrate the probability for different number of students from 0 to 7. First, we need to highlight from PS equal to 0 to PS equal to 7, and together with the probability we get just now from 0.01 to 0.006. After that, we need to create insert and then we choose the bar chart. Next, we need to change the name of the title, x-axis and y-axis. Finally, we need to put the probability above each of the bar. So that's all for question 2.
Let's move on to question 3, which is about the Poisson distribution. There are two parts to question 3. First, we need to find the probability that Dr. Alice will receive at least 4 questions in the next session. Given that the average number of questions she receives in a particular class session is 8. From the question, we know that the mean is 8. Let x be the number of questions she will receive in the next session. We then need to find a probability that x is greater than or equal to 4, which can be expressed as 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 3. We solve this in Excel by using a formula for the Poisson distribution. Poisson dot this open bracket x comma mean comma cumulative close bracket, where x equals to 3, mean equals to 8, and cumulative is set to true. We set the cumulative to true so that it returns the cumulative probability for up to 3 questions. We then round the answer to 3 decimal places using the formula round open bracket number comma num underscore digits close bracket. In conclusion, the probability of Dr. Alice will receive at least 4 questions in the next session is 0.958.
To create a visualization of the probability distribution for the number of questions students might ask in the next session, we first enter the number of questions in the first column, for example, 20 in this case. Next, we calculate the probabilities using the Poisson distribution formula. Poisson dot this x mean cumulative in the second column, where x represents values such as 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, with a mean of 8. We set cumulative to false so that it returns the probability for exactly x questions. Then, we create a graph based on these 2 columns. Finally, we add a title to the graph and label the x-axis as number of questions and the y-axis as probability. From this graph, we can observe that the peak is 0.14 on the y-axis and occurs at 7 and 8 on the x-axis. This indicates that the most likely number of questions students will ask in the next session is around 7 or 8.